But the open southern border is just one way for the Democrats to use immigration to expand their voting base. Birthright citizenship, in which the newborn babies of illegal immigrants, tourists, and refugees get automatic citizenship, is a longtime favorite tool of the left. In fact, it's so lucrative for the left, it has spawned an entire industry called birth tourism. Birthright citizenship has led to millions of foreigners flouting our illegal immigration process and needs to be ended, along with securing our southern border. Here to discuss this is Texas Congressman Brian Babin, who's introduced a new bill to end the practice. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us today. It's great to have you.
Great to be with you, Allison.
Thanks so much. So, Congressman, let's start with the southern border. Lizbeth Medina was a beautiful 16-year-old young woman from your home state and is just the latest in the long list of Americans needlessly killed by illegal aliens. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I can't say what I really think about it on the air. It angers me beyond belief that we have leaders in this country who have sworn oaths to uphold our Constitution and the laws of this country against foreign and domestic adversaries, and they are allowing this to go on. 100,000 plus Americans per year dying of overdoses. The mayhem unleashed by these illegal aliens on American citizens, just as this young woman you were talking about. And I'm not for just impeaching Mayorkas. This is a man that has violated his oath of office. He should be prosecuted. That's what really needs to happen. There should be some strong provisions to prosecute elected officials who do not live up to their oaths of office. And I'll just tell you this, that being from the state of Texas, one of the main things, and the reason I introduced the Birthright Citizenship Act of 2023 was to help eliminate this open border and the provisions and policies of this country, and especially under this Biden administration, that have allowed 10 million people to come across this border in the last 3 years, subjecting us to all the crime, the potential terrorism, and the billions of dollars being made by the cartels. I serve on the cartel task force of the House of Representatives. Believe you me, the cartels are in control of our border, and they're not just over in Mexico. Folks, they are in the United States. They are in my district. And also, I proudly serve as one of the co-chairs of our House Border Security Caucus. I know this border. I'm from Texas. I've taken a number of congressional delegations down to the border from Brownsville all the way out to San Diego, California. This is out of control. And then for Mr. Zelensky to come over and ask for money from us, you know what? I don't want to see Ukraine defeated by Putin. Putin is an evil man. There will be bad repercussions if Ukraine is defeated. But we have to take care of America first, and those billions of dollars need to be spent on our border and enforcing the laws down there. If that I will be glad to vote for both of them if there is a deal worked out. I want to take care of our border first, America first.
Yeah, it is so critical. It is just devastating to see this happening in our once great nation, all under this current administration or regime, really. But thank you, Congressman, for the work that you're doing to try to combat this. Now, the murders of Americans is one reason why I think 74% of Americans think our border security is more important than Ukraine's. But why is it the Biden administration is making Ukraine a priority, especially when Zelensky is open that this is really about wanting us to fund pensions in his economy? I mean, how preposterous is this?
It is absolutely preposterous. And quite frankly, if he wanted Ukraine to win, he should have invoked much more harsh sanctions on Russia to begin with. He should have been supplying the Ukrainians with weaponry to begin with, instead of waiting and just making mealy-mouthed statements like, as long as it takes. When asked what your plan is, President Biden, we need a plan. We need an audit. We need accountability for what we're doing and what we're giving to the Ukrainians. And who's got more at stake here? Our Western European allies. That's who's got more at stake. The European Union has to step up and do their job. And you know what? It's just it is a deliberate. I think you said this in your monologue at the beginning, Allison. It is a deliberate attempt by the Democrat Party, the Biden administration, and his Marxist handlers to open our border up and really just inflict us with millions and millions of people coming in that we have to pay for their education, for their incarceration, law enforcement, the potential terrorism, criminal activity, and not to mention the public health menace that it has exposed us to. And quite frankly, it's not a matter of if, but when we get struck again by terrorism. When we have hundreds of people coming across on the terrorist watch list, thousands coming as special interest, aliens coming from special interest countries where there is rampant terrorism, and this country and this administration simply just has thrown us to the wolves. Yeah. Puts America second. American citizens are being thrown out of their quarters, especially homeless veterans, to make way for illegal aliens to come in. Incredibly. This Democrat Party puts illegals ahead of their own citizens.
It's just America last time and time again. I don't know how much longer we can sustain this, quite frankly. It's so sad. Congressman, I want to ask you about birthright citizenship. For those not familiar with the issue, how big of a problem is this?
It's an enormous problem. It is created. Of course, it birthed a post-Civil War era, and the 14th Amendment was there to accommodate the children of freed slaves in America. In no way, shape, or form was it there to grant birthright citizenship to anybody that wants to sneak into our country, legal, illegal, or whatever. It simply has been misinterpreted. For the first few decades, it was interpreted rightly. But since that time, it has been misapplied, has been misinterpreted, and has led to the implementation of this practice of birthright citizenship, which I just mentioned. The children born to foreign nationals, if you're illegal, if you're a tourist, if you're a refugee, you're automatically granted U.S. citizenship. That is not the way this 14th Amendment was written. It was certainly not. And all it has done is create birth tourism, a multi-million-dollar industry here where people like Chinese nationals. Some woman is a Chinese lady who is 9 months pregnant, comes over on a tourist visa, gives birth here, and gives birth to what we call an anchor baby. And we wind up with a whole family, relatives coming in because of this misinterpretation of the law. And those who tell us that this is this is the way this law is supposed to be written are simply wrong. The Constitution does not guarantee this. It is not the way it's supposed to be. And what needs to happen here, Allison, is we have to get this into the Supreme Court, and let's get a ruling on this, because I think it is part of the policies, and one of the policies that is enabling our borders to be completely wide open and such a danger to our national security.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. And, I can't say I'm too surprised that Democrats are once again trying to manipulate the Constitution. Unbelievable. Congressman, we're all out of time for today, but thank you so much for joining us and weighing in, and thank you for all the great work that you're doing. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.